JBN, we keep you informed. Double murder in the Old Harbour. The Old Harbour police are probing the circumstances which led to the shooting death of a man and a woman at the market in the town in St. Catherine on Tuesday. Dead are 37-year-old Donovan Young, otherwise called Fargo, a vendor of Avery Housing Scheme, and the 24-year-old Oshin Moncrief of Claremont Housing Scheme, both in the Old Harbour. Reports are that about 2:05 p.m., they were both sitting at Young's shop in the market that deals in foreign wear items when they were pounced upon and shot by two armed men, who then made their escape from the scene. The victims were taken to the hospital, where they were both pronounced dead. Investigations continue into the incident that has again raised security concerns in the market, where numerous tragedies, including multiple murders and a destructive fire, has been experienced over recent years. The market is located on East Street, the main thoroughfare in the heart of the bustling town, less than 100 meters from the Old Harbour police station on the same street. Jamaican businessman released by kidnappers in Trinidad and Tobago. A Jamaican businessman was abducted in Trinidad and Tobago in April, has been released after 51 days in captivity, according to media reports in the Twin Island Republic. TNT police reportedly said Yuan Chin was released about 7 a.m. on Tuesday, but declined to give further information. A ransom of $6 million had reportedly been demanded by the kidnappers for Chin's safe return, but it is unclear if it or any amount of money was paid. Chin's business partner informed police of Chin's abduction 2 days after it occurred. The business partner reportedly told police that he had received a call from Chin via telephone, informing him that armed men wearing ski masks and hats displaying the word police had abducted Chin. Chin's family, who reportedly owns a chain of businesses in Jamaica and Canada, made an appeal for his safe return last month via newspaper advertisements. Clarendon man arrested after cops found gun in house. The Mappen police have charged 37-year-old Alden Roberts with illegal possession of firearm and ammunition after 1.38 revolver with 6.38 cartridges was reportedly found inside his home yesterday evening. The police said Roberts is an unemployed man of Rosehall address in Mappen, Clarendon. According to the Constabulary's Corporate Communications Unit, CCU, lawmen were conducting a search of the house shortly after 4 p.m. when the weapon was recovered. Roberts is scheduled to appear before the Mappen Parish Court on Thursday, June 13. Investigations continue. Jamaican workers to get $38,000 in back pay from Florida resort. By the Sea Resorts, which manages several Panama Beach city resorts and restaurants in Florida, United States, has been ordered to pay $38,513 in back wages to 117 Jamaican H-2B workers and $12,695 in civil fines following mistreatment on the job. According to the Miami Herald, the Department of Labor announced the fines last Friday. The Jamaicans were employed by the company as housekeepers, but investigators in the Wage and Hour Division at the Labor Department found that By the Sea didn't pay by the book with their wages. The employer violated the H-2B provisions by placing those workers in occupations not listed on the temporary employment certification that they submitted, such as front desk personnel, dishwashers, and bartenders, while paying them as housekeepers, the investigators said. The resort also deducted pay for meal breaks even if the workers didn't take a meal break, the Miami Herald reported. The department said this unpaid and unrecorded time resulted in the employees working more than 40 hours in a work week, entitling them to overtime that wasn't paid. American man attempts to board a flight at Norman Manley with a firearm. The police on Monday arrested a 26-year-old American man who reportedly attempted to board a flight at the Norman Manley International Airport in Kingston with a firearm in his possession. Matthew Campbell, a nursing assistant of Phoenix, Arizona in the United States, is charged with illegal possession of a firearm and ammunition and attempting to carry a firearm and ammunition on a plane. The police said that Campbell arrived at the airport to board a Delta flight to Atlanta about 11:30 a.m. when his luggage was searched and a .38 revolver and 12 rounds were discovered. He is scheduled to appear before the Halfway Tree Parish Court on Tuesday, June 11. family pepper sprayed by cops. A private investigator is claiming that he and his brother were arrested and charged unjustly by a constable who also pepper sprayed 4 children while at their home in Hopewell last Friday night. Thomas Gray, 43, said he has since filed a police report and also reported the matter to the Independent Commission of Investigations Indicom, who have since launched a probe into the incident. I just drove home about 11:30 p.m. and was relaxing on the upstairs of my veranda when I see one police car drive up, Gray said. I know that we're under a state of public emergency, so when the police officer told my niece to close up our shop, which she operates, at the entrance to the yard, she did so. Gray said that his mentally challenged nephew was sitting in the shop and the police started to question him. When he did not respond, the constable held him by his waist and his throat, said Gray. My elderly brother, who was sitting inside the yard, told the officer that the young man was mad, and the officer, instead of approaching the situation in a different manner, told my brother to come out of his business and to go inside his house, he said. Gray said that he told the policeman that he was not dealing with the matter correctly. The officer immediately got boisterous, ran up the stairs to my veranda and started to come up in my face. I ignored him and stepped away, and in clear view of my family, him started to use indecent language at me and threatened to lock me up and my 2 elder brothers, said Gray. He then pulled out pepper spray and sprayed it at my face. I ducked and the pepper spray spread in the entire house, affecting 4 babies, the youngest who is 3 months old and the eldest 4 years old. Gray said the lawman called for another vehicle to assist him, wrote 6 tickets and instructed his colleagues to take him and his brother to the Lucy police station. According to Gray, after arriving at the station, the sergeant on duty said the charges were not substantial. He said 4 of the tickets were withdrawn and he and his brother were held overnight and given station bail. Last Saturday morning, the entire family had to visit the doctor, including the 4 children. Director of Complaint for Indicom's Western Region, Errol Shatul, said that the matter has been reported to them and an investigation is now being launched into the matter. An attempt to get a comment from Superintendent Sharon Beeput, commanding officer in charge of Hanover, proved futile. Man stabbed to death in Manchester. One man is now in police custody following the stabbing death of 53-year-old Andre Dixon of Miketown District in Manchester. According to reports from the Mandeville Police, Dixon was at a bar along Manchester Road about 11:30 p.m. on Saturday when an altercation developed between him and the suspect. It is alleged that the man took a knife and inflicted multiple stab wounds on Dixon. The police were summoned and Dixon was taken to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. The suspect was subsequently arrested. The police say his identity has been withheld pending further investigations. 25-year-old man reportedly held with firearm in Portmore. A man is to face the St. Catherine Parish Court later this month in relation to the seizure of a Glock pistol and 14 rounds of ammunition on Saturday. The accused, Shane Finlatter of Pennyway, Portsmouth in the parish, was reportedly held with a gun and ammunition on the Southern Parade Main Road in Waterford, St. Catherine. Reports from the Portmore police are that about 3:40 p.m., lawmen were in the area when the 25-year-old was allegedly seen with the firearm protruding from his pants. The police said he was accosted, disarmed, and subsequently taken into custody, and the formal charges, illegal possession of firearm and ammunition, were laid. Woman in trouble for hiding fugitive son. The sentencing hearing for Pansy Powell, the woman who reportedly hid her son after he was listed as one of St. James' most wanted in 2017, was put off to June 17 when she appeared in the St. James Parish Court on Friday, May 31. Powell, who had previously pleaded guilty to harboring a fugitive, was given the new date when she appeared before presiding parish judge Natalie Query Dixon. The hearing was postponed because parish judge Sandria Wong Small, who was to oversee the sentencing, was absent from court. Powell's bail was also extended to the new court date. According to the allegations against Powell, on June 6, 2017, the police carried out an operation in Roehampton District in search of Powell's son, Ture Gunn, whose name had previously been publicized in April that year as one of St. James' most wanted men. On the lawman's arrival at Powell's house, she identified herself and 2 of her sons as the occupants of the premises. The cops showed her their warrant and entered the house, at which point they examined the 2 sons' textbooks and saw Gunn's name written on several of them. Paul reportedly broke down in tears at that point and said, "Officer, and me 2 sons, and true me know Tor wanted, me tell them to give the police wrong name." When cautioned and asked how long she had known Gunn was wanted, Powell allegedly replied, "Long time, officer, but I'm a pitney, and me have to protect him." She was then arrested and charged. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to like, subscribe, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.